welcome to Six Flags Great America, right outside of Chicago in Gurnee, Illinois. It is my first time here. Actually, for the rest of the trip from here on out, I've never been to any of these parks. So, I am very excited just by looking at this place, driving under American Eagle and Raging Bull, and driving by Viper. This place looks freaking awesome already. However, it's not awesome is this line. It is 30 minutes before the park opens, and this is the kind of line we're dealing with, and we're already moving. So, you know what? Kudos to Six Flags. This is already the best run Six Flags park. You got Superman over there running. Goliath has sent several trains. And those are really the only two rides I've seen, but I'm sure there's been others the water rides are on. So we're going to go hop in line here and get into the park as soon as possible. And I don't know where we're going first, wherever we can find. Strategically, we're going to try and hit some of the clones and lower capacity rides first, so then we can focus on some of the bigger and better rides in the park later. Two down, 14 to go. The Whizzer is a fun one. I like Whizzer quite a bit. It's a piece of history. It is a good ride. Solid fun. I'm glad we rode it when we did because that line is now pretty long. We waited 20 minutes for it. And then you have Max Force. Max Force. That launch is pretty good. Not going to lie. I don't see how it's 0 to 78 in 1.8. I think Stealth feels significantly faster. Dare I'd say Storm Runner, other rides of hydraulic launch coasters, King Dakar when it was open, all those felt like a faster acceleration. I just think I like hydraulic launches more. We'll see what Matagani is like in a couple days. But next up, I believe we're going to go hit the trio of DC rides and Joker, Batman, and Flash. Enjoy the rest of your day. So I was always under the impression that Little Dipper you were not able to ride unless you had a kid with you. But apparently they removed that rule. So we might not get 16 credits today. We might actually get 17. And that is much appreciated by Great America for boosting my account. So thank you, Great America. And this looks like Woodstock Express, but even smaller. So it'll be good fun. I'll start off talking about Joker. There's nothing different about that ride than every other 40 free spin I've done. So moving on to the next one, Batman is an extremely well-themed ride, especially for a Six Flags park. Like, it fit right in like a Disney or Universal level theming, in my eyes at least. Very nice, fantastic, good ride, solid clone. It's whippy, intense, positives, not negatives, but just positives, and whip, and it's fun. And then Flash, completely fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with Flash, but It needs to go higher on its spikes. Possessed went way higher on its spikes, from what I remember. We're now going to ride Goliath, and I mean this line looks a little scary, but maybe 45 minutes, 30, 45 minutes. Um, Little Dipper, it's a cute little ride. That's about it. It's Woodstock Express, but smaller. I was spot on with my assumption before I rode, and yeah, nothing changed. So I'm ready to ride this new RMC, new ride. Lots of RMCs on this trip. Very excited. Welcome to American Eagle's end of the line, which is here. Separate tracks and two separate trains. It's two separate credits as far as I'm concerned. So we'll probably ride half of this now, go ride the rest of the major coasters, and then come back because I'd prefer not to waste like 2 hours at this park on this ride. Um, Goliath, RMC Topper Track wooden coaster. Not my first Topper Track. I did ride Lightning Rod when it was all wood and it had a launch and it was in its prime. So not my first experience. Goliath is bumpy in the valleys, but not rough. It's just a little bit bumpy, and it causes the restraints to come down. And that personally annoyed me because I had quite a bit of room for airtime and hang time that I was unable to get for the duration of the ride because my restraint came down and pinned me. But it's okay. We live and learn. I had to stop recording last one because a bunch of kids got out of the line and walked up to me and was like, I want to. They're doing it again. These kids, yeah, they won't leave me alone. Just running to record and they won't allow me to, but it's okay. I understand they're curious and they just want to know what I'm doing with a microphone and a camera in my hand, but it's okay. When going to theme parks, there is something that has to be kept in mind at all times. Breakdowns can and will happen. This has just happened to us on American Eagle. We have waited 45 minutes, and after about 10, the red side, which we had queued for, has broken, and it has remained broken for the last 35 minutes. They have come and walked around the entire track. A sensor burned out. We have 10 coasters left in this park to ride. Yes, we have tomorrow, but we would prefer to have all the coasters done today so we can pick and choose tomorrow the good ones to ride again. So we're going to hit X Flight instead because um, that is actually open. However, every ride in the park that is currently open is now at 30 minutes or higher on wait time. There are 5 coasters down right now. It has gone into the floor operationally, which is rather disappointing. Welcome to the queue line of Wrath of Rakshasa. And I'm not gonna lie, this looks like probably the best dive coaster that I could want. There's no mid course, it's just straight elements after elements after elements, and it looks like a very fun ride. Now, X Flight is a fantastic wing coaster. The ride I can closely compare that to is the Swarm. and I am a big Swarm glazer. I quite enjoy the Swarm, so the fact that that wing coaster is a similar ride experience, I was rocking with it. The only thing Six Flags could realistically do to make that ride better is fix the restraints because they lock on you, unlike a lot of the newer B&M vests, which I'm assuming this ride actually will fall in suit with the newer B&M vest and not lock on you mid ride. I know they changed that on the Swarm from my rides in 2022 to my rides in 2024. I know they changed that, so I think they can do it here too, and that would be a lot better, as well as repaint it. Please just give it a fresh coat of paint. It's looking a little rough. But I am excited for this. It, as I just said, looks like a perfect dive coaster, and we'll see how long this line is. The app says it's about a 30-minute wait, and we are then going to use our single shots later. We were going to use them on this, or we're going to use them on Superman because Superman has an hour and a half wait. I know Flyers load slow, but like, dang, an hour and a half is kind of ridiculous. But when realistically, when this ride is over, we're going to go ride Demon, hit Goliath, and hopefully Viper's open, but I haven't seen Viper run all day, so it's looking a little sad for Viper. Hopefully it'll be open tomorrow so we can get it. In all complete honesty, that's the best dive coaster. It's not even close. No, Griffin and Sheikra are kind of close to it, but that's the best dive coaster. The flow that it has on that ride, it just goes from element to element. It's so much fun. And that like roll thing is so crazy. I love it. That's a great one. Even though we were in row two, we were on an edge, and dude, that roll just kind of whips you around. But we're gonna ride Demon now. Old Arrow Looper. We love Arrow, so this should be a fun one. All right, after a little sit and wait and some wings, we're not going to ride Raging Bull right now. We're actually going to go get Batman the Dark Knight because we have to redeem our single use fast lane. We have not used it yet today. So we're going to use that for Batman the Dark Knight, a freaking wild mouse, but it's fine. Demon is a very fun and enjoyable roller coaster. Top of its class in the arrows, not top, but like near top. It's probably about where Tennessee Tornado is for me. The only one being better, Loch Ness Monster. I really like the theming. I really like the music. I really like the light effects. I just like everything about Demon. It's well presented. It's great. We're heading to the Stupid Wild Mouse to use our Fast Pass on a Stupid Wild Mouse because Superman, our available time slot through the app says 8:29, and Superman closes at 7:30 tonight because of the fireworks, and right now it is 7:01. So we don't have that kind of time to play around with. We need to get a ride on either Superman or the Dark Knight like now. And because we can't redeem Superman, we're just gonna have to suck it up and use it on a stupid flippin' wild mouse. Superman, Batman, We walked on Superman. The app lies. It's not an hour-long wait. We walked on and walked right back off, and we would have been really mad if we'd used our fast lane. So actually, we're going to go use our single shots, probably on max force, so we can actually get a second ride on something. And that'll make me happy because I like max force, and I'm curious to see what it's like warmed up a little. And then Sprocket Rockets, Raging Bull, no Viper because it's been closed the entire day, and then American Eagle both sides tomorrow unless it really dies down tonight. Then we'll get it tonight, but that's the plan. Welcome back here to Raging Bull. We decided to skip on max force riding because max force it's a bit of a wait, and the fast lane, it says we can get on at 8:30, and I don't even know if it's going to be open at 8:30. However, we can get on Raging Bull right now with our fast pass, so that's what we're going to do, unless the line's short, in which we'll use the fast pass on like X Flight or something. We have to use the fast pass at some point soon because then it's going to just expire and we're going to not use it, and that will make me sad.
Welcome back. When the train comes to a complete stop, push down.
No fast pass needed. It was pretty much a walk-on, and the first time was so great. We're going to go around and ride it again. This is a fantastic hypercoaster. I don't really care it doesn't have a bunch of hills. I actually prefer diversity in layouts. So I actually quite appreciate the fact that it's not just hills. And that first drop is sensational in the back row. Well, we weren't very back. We were row 8. There's 9 rows on this ride. And the dude in front of us, or the dude behind us, there was a dude in row 8. They had 3 people. And he let us get in row 8 because he knew it was our first time and he recognized my beautiful Mako shirt. So, yeah, great ride. We're going to ride it again. And then we have reserved our fast pass and we're going to stick to it on X Flight because X Flight's on one train and is disgusting dispatches. So we're going to skip the line on that and actually commit to fast pass, use it.
Lap bar down as far as it will go. An attendant is coming to physically check your lap bar. Please notify. Welcome back. When the train comes to a complete stop, push down, then pull up on your lap bar. Exit to your right and down the.
Now get ready as we take this mission to the skies.
Hands up high, touch the sky, kiss your comfort zone, goodbye.
X Flight, basically at night, as you can see, is very, very sunset, almost dark. X Flight, fantastic. It really is a solid wing coaster. Just the vests are a little bit annoying, but this and Swarm are definitely my 2 favorite wing coasters that I have been on. Raging Bull in the front row, fun ride. Definitely better in the back. We're gonna go hit row 9 at some point. Make sure we do that. But for now, I think we are going to ride Goliath. Maybe Raging Bull, maybe Demon. Demon looks really fun at night, so I don't know. This is a great nighttime atmosphere. The park really has died down. There's nobody here, so we can kind of pick and choose whatever we want, except for Max Force because that's closed, unfortunately. How to make a coaster enthusiast happy when your RMC is a flippin' walk-on. I genuinely could not be happier right now. Goliath is a walk-on, and I'm gonna get probably two or three rides, and then I'll go ride something else. But this looks, look at this. This is beautiful.
Oh, you look, he got some computers on
Climb unlocked, guys. These last.
What a ride! What a ride! Seriously, that is really fun. I might retract my statement of that being the second bottom RMC because, I mean, at night that thing's just kind of hauls. I'm not gonna lie. Second to back, and then 2 second row rides where I didn't have to get off the train because the dude coming on was a rider of 1, so I just sat with him. And 3 rides quick on that. And now we're going to head off towards Wrath of Rakshasa and Demon. Depending on how long the line is for Rakshasa determines if I ride that or not. I kind of want to ride Demon at night, and then we're going to ride Raging Bull for the last ride of the night. Hopefully in row 9. Demon, great. Nighttime, freaking light effects, great. Back row, drops crazy. This is too long of a line. If Max Forces walk on, we'll ride it. Rickshaw said too long of a line. That had too long of a line. But Demon, low-key, was a fire way to end the night, if that is what it is. But we're going to go run to Max Force and see. Dang it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay that Max Force or Raging Bull couldn't be the last ride of the night. But you know what could be? Demon. And Demon is fire. So I'm perfectly okay with that. I sprinted all the way from Raging Bull to here, and before that, from Demon to Raging Bull. So I just got my freaking cardio in because I wasn't happy with the amount of mileage we got in today's park. We only got like 7 miles or something. That's not enough. So I got some sprinting cardio around half of Six Flags Great America. This park, while it has its flaws, while it has its upsets when it comes to ride availability, Viper was not open the entire day. I heard from a ride operator the reason why Superman and what's it called, X-Flight were on one train is because of poor maintenance and that they were really behind. And while another park like Cedar Point, Carowinds even, they wouldn't have let that slide. You know, legacy Six Flags parks are notorious for being a little slow when it comes to stuff like that. But it's okay because today ended out panoing to a fantastic finale. I couldn't have been more happy with today. We did get almost every ride done. The only ones we have left are both sides of American Eagle because that shot early, I wasn't able to get it. And Sprocket Rockets alongside Viper if it decides to open tomorrow, which I very much hope it does. I've heard great things about Viper and I would love to ride it. And it would be a shame if I couldn't. For a 50th anniversary, they did dress up the park rather nice. And yeah, Six Flags Great America, take a bow. It was a good visit, and we will be back tomorrow to complete the ride lineup. Until then, good night. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are off to American Eagle immediately first thing in the morning. The park has literally just opened. It just hit 10:30. So we're heading back to American Eagle. When we were riding into the park, we did see people walking the track of Viper doing pre-morning checks, which is very promising. As I believe after research that I did last night, Viper shut because of the weather, the really bad rain that was the day before when we were in Chicago. We're hoping to get on that. If American Eagle is not open immediately, we will ride Sprocket Rockets because it's kind of right there, and then like Goliath or something. But we're back. It looks to be similar crowd levels to yesterday, so we're expecting to just knock out this back of the park immediately. Wonderful ride. Sprocket Rockets is just a Vekoma Junior coaster. I'm 95% sure it's a clone of like Woody Woodpecker or something, or Flight of the Hippogriff, one of the two. I don't remember. It's fine. Front row, it's kind of enjoyable. I was kind of getting tossed around because I was the only one in the row. Goliath, 2 rides, front and row 8. Now it's time for American Eagle. Hopefully, if it's not open, then X Flight's a walk on. So we'll just ride X Flight until American Eagle is open. Park's pretty cool. What's not cool is my stomach. Chopsticks. I decided it was a bright idea to eat chopsticks. And you know, they've improved from stuff I've heard and seen in the past about that restaurant, like actually cooking the food with like a wok and stuff. So that's good. But what's not good is the Szechuan chicken. I like spice. I can handle quite a quite a bit of spice. However, I don't know what they put in it today. It was too much for me, and I'm messed up. That really, really messed me up. But we have done a ride on X Flight. X Flight was good. X Flight was very fun. Back row. Actually, the first train of the day on X Flight. Literally, we were dispatched first. It was great. It was fun. We rode Wrath. Yeah, Wrath. That was good. Back row. We were in the middle of those, so we didn't get any whip, unfortunately. But it's okay. And then ate the diabolical meal of way too much spice level. Then rode Demon in the back row again, because Demon in the back row, I don't know what it is about that one. It's just so much fun. I think I do like it more than Tennessee Tornado, and it is second only to the GOAT himself, Loch Ness Monster. But we're gonna do Raging Bull now, and I'll hope I can survive it because I'm hurting. I'm hurting bad. Here we are at American Eagle, where a tiny crowd has formed because a singular red train has been sent up the lift hill and over the drop. And we saw that back when we were over at Raging Bull, and we got over here as quickly as possible. We are getting this ride. Hopefully both, but if not, at least one of them. Viper, it's not looking promising for Viper. We have about 45 minutes left in the park before we have to head on over to Waterloo, Iowa, which is a lot further than we thought it was. It's actually 4.5 hours, and we don't want to drive at 4 in the morning to Lost Island, so we're gonna head over tonight and cut our expenses here. After hopefully waiting for 45 minutes, American Eagle has not reopened. A ride operator walked out and was asked by about 45 people, "What's going on with the ride?" To which he said, "American Eagle is down," and walked away. So it does not look like we will be getting on American Eagle either side, and Viper still has had nothing. So while it's been a fantastic park, 3 out of their 4 wooden coasters are down and have been down for basically the entirety of both days in American Eagle's case, and the entirety of 2 days in Viper's case, which is truly and utterly unfortunate. We're heading to Max Force to use our single shot fast lanes, and then we will be on our way out as we don't have any more time.
10, 9. When you are seated, please fasten your seatbelt first. Let's get seatbelt first.
Front, back, quick, fast lane, get on and off. Great ride. Simply fantastic. The launch in the front, it's more of a push than it is a pull. I do definitely prefer hydraulic launches, and we'll certainly see that tomorrow with Matsugani. But it's still a phenomenal launch regardless. I got a lot more punch on the launch than I had on either of the 3 rides. That is all. We'll now be heading out of the park and heading to Waterloo, Iowa. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one from Iowa.